everybody. So I'm here. I'm going to review this episode. I really can't make any promises because this stuff gets lame. I just may have to take a break from it. It wasn't great. It wasn't awful. But I'm here for another review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 1, A Crash Course in Deflection. If you're watching this, first of all, thank you. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so on and so forth. Okay. I just got done working out. Y'all know how this goes. All right. So, the thing about the Potomac chicks, they are some of the most hypocritical, insensitive, empathy reductive people I have ever seen. They don't even have enough sense to play this out on TV. Just an ounce of decency. Everybody who's been through something acts like when somebody else gets in trouble, they haven't been through it. That I can't stand that. All right. So anyway, we get Karen. Karen got a DUI, another one. This is her second one that we know of. And apparently she saw a deer, ran off the road, but was unable to really control the car because she was also under the influence. The deer part did throw me. And the reason why it threw me is because it throws me every time I drive. And I've been driving down south a long time. And you know, and Maryland is enough of a southern state, whether it's above the Mason-Dixon or not, when it gets dark at night in those southern towns where it's still a lot of trees and grass, you always have to know to drive slow because a deer can fuck up. It can wear your car out. It can mess it up, okay? It can really mess it up. But her apparently not having the ability to control the vehicle got her a DUI. All right? And granted, I actually do believe Karen this time that she cannot talk about it because of the lawyers and stuff. I just find it amazing that when Ashley was going through stuff with Michael, when Robin was going through stuff, I'm so happy she's gone. I don't know what to do. Everybody acted like, what? I don't understand why she can't talk about it. You know what I mean? And they still on that stuff. Speaking of fuck shit, okay, Giselle. Giselle is the most useless, raggedy, worn out. I peaked when I became an AKA member in college where I was a complete bitch to everybody I ran into, and that was cool and cute. And I've never lived up to my hype since. Okay? She gives us absolutely nothing. She manages to not give us any parts of her life except for the parts where she is bringing down and destroying other people. Miss me, Giselle, with this confessional. Giselle, you know, nowadays it's about peace, is that and the other. And then they showed the flashback that her father had died 5 months ago. Like I said, that's losing a parent, you have my complete sympathy and my condolences. Giselle as a person is still a messy, rude, nasty bitch. And I don't like her. All right, so Giselle goes to pick up Karen to see how she's done because Karen's been staying in the house, probably away from y'all, and she probably only came out because she had to film. Anyway, they go to some restaurant or whatever, and she said, well, I just want to get Karen out of the house. And so she's talking, so she's asking her about her case. We already knew Karen wasn't going to tell us nothing she didn't want us to know. Damn sure wasn't going to tell Giselle. And so we get that part, right? And they're at the table, she's asking, she was like, so when do you go to court? She was like, you can read. Like, Giselle, go try it. So anyway, the waiter is talking about something. Well, here's a donut for you, Karen, because you're such a good customer. We love you or whatever. And then he comes back and says, well, I can just say, I guess, I don't know if he overheard the conversation or what. I can just say she has not had a drink since here. Since that situation. And Karen was like, thank you. And Giselle was like, this is fake. This is phony. You know, she paid him off. Could she have? Maybe. But let's be honest. If you have a camera crew and a mic and several mics, one, he probably done heard the conversation. Two, he may actually just like Karen. Three, he may have liked Karen and wanted to be on TV. and went on about his business. She was like, "You don't even serve alcohol here, sir." He said, "Turn around." That's what I mean. And Giselle, like, considering we know it's getting under your skin, that your ex-husband may or may not be getting married. He may be engaged, but let's keep it real. Like, I just think you need to really try to be a friend, okay? And throwing Karen a birthday party and that tacky ass invitation that had a two-part. First of all, that was so Giselle. Just unbelievably, unpredictably tacky, nasty. When I saw Cal, I said, "Wait, Karen let Cal do a video for her?" Because I just knew we were gonna see that white guy. I can't remember what his name is, Matt or something. And excuse me. And when I saw Cal, and then I saw her with that Karen cutout, you look stupid, Giselle. You look weird. You're bored. Excuse me, especially now that your girls are gone and grown. I mean, I'm sure they come back, but let's be real. Anyway, so that was already tacky. We'll get back to the party in a second. All right. So we get Ashley. Ashley goes to visit a lawyer for 5 minutes. Her lawyer is looking at her like, "Are you serious? Are you really serious this time? Are you actually filing?" "Well, I've been dragging my feet." Ashley, we knew that. Is it just me, or when they show those clips of Ashley in the future or in the past flirting with other men outside of Michael, it doesn't look real? It doesn't look believable. I have a hiccup, sorry. It doesn't look believable for some reason. Like, I think she really wants a white daddy. That's what I think. I think that's what she wants. And it's weird to me. It just really is. All right, Stacey. Stacey, first of all, I don't like the way y'all edited this, because I can tell you right now, excuse me, I already knew Stacey was either divorced or separated. Because when y'all show pictures of her husband, her family, her husband's face was blotted out both times. I said, "Well, he can't be on the show. If he ain't on the show, they ain't married." Period. That's just not how it works. So y'all need to do better. Anyway, but I will say this about Stacey. Stacey, to me, so far, based on this one episode, is the caliber of person and the kind of person I would have liked to see throughout this entire cast. And all they have been are basically people who were born into money or good resources, like Robin and Giselle, even Katie, even though I liked her, Candace, born, and they're just like spoiled brats in adulthood who never matured or developed properly. And it's not cute, and it's classless. Stacey, you know what? I was like, QVC, that's legit. That's legit for this age range and this kind of show. Vivian, we didn't get much of her. Apparently, she's friends with the Karen, Stacey, and Vivian crew. Vivian was clearly brought on here to find another Nigerian to get under Wendy's skin. Anyway, because Wendy is so insecure. All right, speaking of Wendy, we get Wendy. This is what I'm talking about with fuck shit. Wendy is writing a letter to Johns Hopkins to the dean, "Dear Dean and Professor, I am resigning from my position, this and the other." First of all, then it shows that 3 months ago, you were just on the reunion, which is taped closer in real time, on a reunion talking about how you decided to resign, this and the other. That had already been produced and shown on TV. So what are you telling them? And you know they had to watch it. And I told y'all this like a couple of years ago. I said, Wendy, I can guarantee you, if she's on the show, is not going to get tenure. And tenure is protection for your job, specifically for academic freedom. You don't really have to do much of anything to prove yourself after that. And you usually publish a book based on your dissertation. It usually is scholarly research. And she wasn't doing that. She was writing a book with her mother. She was on this show trying to be sophisticated. And it's not her. And she doesn't know who she is. She did not resign in that position. I guarantee you they were not continuing her contract. Did y'all notice? And if not, you can go back and look. Did you notice that she was writing in Word and not an email? Even though that's what she said she did. And send, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it." If you were so confident about your decision, it wouldn't have been like, "Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea." Girl, you lost that job and you are covering ass. She's one of those. I keep trying to tell y'all. Even with the NECA stuff. Wendy is one of those good girl appearing people, and anytime she does underhanded stuff, which I'm sure she's done several times in her life, the whole game is to pretend like it didn't happen and hurry up and cover your bases. It's a CYA thing for her. And I was not impressed. And I was like, is she writing the word, not in the Google Doc? Girl, please. Girl, bye. 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 You are not fooling me. Mia. Mia. Mia, Mia, Mia. Why are you so... She is a mess. We know she's dumb. Okay, that's... Calling her dumb is low-hanging fruit at this point, because she might be lower than dumb. We see her with Gordon and the kids, okay? And they're on their bikes or whatever. And then she's talking to Gordon about ink or whatever, and Gordon was like, no, you weren't honest with me. You should have gone ahead and filed directly for a separation before you engaged in a relationship with him, that our kids saw y'all in bed together. That is very traumatic for children. And I do believe Gordon about that. Do I think that's Karen and Giselle's business? Absolutely fucking not. There was no reason for them to attack her at the table about something that has nothing to do with them. And Wendy was absolutely right at Karen's birthday party, which came at the end. I'm going to mix all this together. Karen's birthday party, when she was like, y'all as mothers, don't y'all think that's a lot? And Giselle's like, well, you didn't protect your kids with everything. I'm sure you protected them with a lot. And Karen was like, well, I told you I was concerned. It hurt me to see their faces on the internet. And Mia was like, I didn't put their faces on the internet. She said, you don't think that bothered me or hurt me too? Y'all were essentially calling her a bad and negligent mother. I think that was way too much in the moment. I don't think it would have been appropriate for Giselle to comment on it at all. You talking about up here, G is hurt. Giselle, you can't get a man. I really don't think you want a man. Take that how you want. And you can't be honest with yourself. You're miserable as hell. Who the fuck are you to tell her how to deal with what is still her husband? And that's the messy shit. Why'd you give her a king hat talking about something? I ain't mad at your pimpery. You got 2 men, this, that, and the other. Stop. Now, do I agree with Mia's lifestyle? No. Do I think it's totally inappropriate for Mia to be dating somebody in front of her kids like that? Yes, especially a man who thinks he's the father of her son. And she's like, my son's getting older. He'll find them kids can use the internet now. Mia, you got to do better. But the point is, I'm somebody from afar. Y'all didn't have to give her all that. And when Mia said to her, to Giselle, she was like, y'all have no idea what I was going through. Jacqueline, you're the only one who knew what I was going through. Nobody else knew. I was being abused. I believe it. Him locking her in that room, I knew that was just tip of the iceberg. And I knew it wasn't no one damn time. 2, her getting out of a marriage where a man was abusing her is protecting her children. It's also, I think, especially triggering, and when I say triggering, I mean hurtful, like really hurtful. I think it cuts her deep, seeing that she was abused as a kid, her father was abusive, and she was in foster care. And then to tell her in her attempt to try to do better, essentially with her life, just in general, that she's doing bad was fucked up. And quite frankly, it had no place. And Karen, at your own party, you fucking ruined it. Anyway, we get to the party, which is corny, tacky. We could tell it's cheap. Was I the only one who noticed that place where Karen and Giselle went to get French toast? It looked like one of those, you could tell by the parking lot where the gas station was set up. It didn't even look like, it looked like one of those places like that are in the rest stop general area where people just stop on their way to their next, vacation spot. Like, they don't actually stay there. And I'm like, Giselle took you out. Giselle, you must have $15 in your bank account. Like, I just don't understand. Because it doesn't go to your fashion. And that ridiculous house you bought. Anyway. So they get there. Giselle comes in and sets up her tacky ass party. Then Ashley comes in with, basically a get well basket for Karen that she did not ask for or need. With a water bottle. Bitch, she don't need no water bottle from you. Uber cards. Like, this is what I mean. Karen is not broke. Karen could use some hired help and a driver if she's going to drink like that. I don't understand why she just can't do that. Or just won't do it. But all of that stuff, what is that intended to do? Ashley, your life is a wreck too. Giselle, the fact that you wrote a whole book on the goings ons and the dealings with you and Jamal, I ain't never read it, but whatever. While your kids were still in school, and then proceeded to still be on this show, screwing with Monique and creating a situation with Monique that got the entire hell read out of you on TV. That was embarrassing, I'm sure, to your kids. We can say there have been situations where you could have done a whole lot better. And Wendy was absolutely right, and I was surprised. Wendy, your bob in the back, girl, you got to make sure you get that piece, okay? Because it was giving Nene, you and your bob. What's wrong with my bob? Nothing. Anyway, so that party was a mess. It was corny. Vivian, I don't see it for. But Stacey, I like Stacey. But those are just my thoughts. All they do is deflect. They are so hypocritical. All of their lives are, in one way or another, messed up. And they act like they ain't never been through nothing. And is it just me? As a cast grows on these Real Housewives shows, the show is getting worse. The show always gets worse. Remember when Real Housewives of Atlanta was just 5 people? Back in that season 1, season 2, season 3, when they started adding people to try to create storylines, create drama, that's when the show got worse. That season with Claudia Jordan is when I stopped watching. I couldn't take it. I was like, this is not Atlanta. I can't. Yeah. And I feel like the same thing is happening. And also moratorium on that blonde hair. Y'all use some other colors. And that even includes the one and only Queen Bee. It's a little too blonde for me all the time. I don't like it. I don't like it on black women. In general, I'm not saying that the hairstyles aren't cute. But I liked red Beyonce. Like when it was like a darker like red. Like when she was doing her B-Day concert after that album and stuff like that. That's what it was given. But anyway, that's all I had to say about Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.